You know that feeling when your brain just won't quiet down?
Oh, definitely.
Like there's this constant hum of thoughts, worries, reminders, like a mental radio station that's stuck on and you just can't find the off switch.
Yeah, it's almost a universal experience these days, isn't it? That internal chatter, it can be really draining.
Well, today on the deep dive, we're actually diving right into that. A listener sent us some, well, really compelling stuff.
Oh, interesting. What is it?
Excerpts from Osho's A Course in Meditation, a 21-day workout for discovering your personal freedom.
Ah, Osho. His approach is quite unique. He doesn't frame meditation as, another complex thing to add to your already packed schedule.
Right.
It's more like he's pointing towards something fundamental, a natural state we've maybe just forgotten how to access.
Exactly. And that's what we want to do today. Think of us as, well, informed guides, maybe. We'll pull out the key insights, those aha moments from Osho's work.
Keep it practical, yeah.
Yeah,
Avoid the really dense jargon.
definitely. Keep it clear.
Because Osho looked at meditation, well, almost scientifically, didn't he? Especially thinking about the modern mind, how overwhelmed we get. His focus was always very practical. Awareness right now.
And it's good to know this book, it isn't like a typical step-by-step guide.
No, it's compiled from his talks.
Yeah, and he described those talks not as lectures, but as, and this really struck me, arbitrary devices to give you a taste of what silence is.
That's such a great way to put it. The words aren't just about knowledge, they're about creating an opening maybe, a little glimpse beyond the words themselves.
Mm-hmm. So our mission today, let's really try to grasp Osho's core idea of the meditation is,
Okay.
and then maybe even try out a simple technique he suggests for finding that everyday awareness he talks so much about.
Sounds good. So where do we start? What is meditation according to Osho?
Well, he cuts right through a lot of the usual stuff, defining it really directly.
How
So he
so?
calls it a state of no mind, or pure consciousness with no content.
No mind. That sounds intense. Or maybe simple. He uses that analogy, doesn't he? The mind as a mirror.
Yeah, a mirror covered with dust. And the dust is, well, everything.
Right, the constant stream of thoughts, desires, memories, ambitions, that whole traffic jam in your head.
It never stops. Even, when you're asleep, the mind's still going, dreaming, planning.
Exactly. Still active. And Osho says meditation is the complete opposite of that.
Ugh.
It's that moment of silence when the thinking just ceases.
And he suggests that in that silence, that's where truth is found,
Yeah.
not through the mind.
That's the idea, a different kind of knowing. And this leads to a really key concept, disidentification.
Disidentification, meaning not being your thoughts.
Precisely. It's not about forcefully stopping thoughts, which, let's face it, feels impossible sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
It's more about watching them, seeing them come and go without latching on, without saying, that thought is me.
So you become the observer, the space where the thoughts happen.
You got it. That awareness of, I am not the mind. And as that awareness deepens, Osho says, you start getting these little gaps,
Gaps.
moments of silence,
Okay.
space, transparency, he calls it.
And just getting a taste of that silence, it makes you want more.
It often sparks this longing, like remembering something you lost.
Right.
And slowly, gradually, meditation isn't something you do so much as something that starts happening to you.
It becomes more natural.
He actually argues that the constant mind activity, that's the unnatural state we've learned.
Hmm. And meditation is our original state, like a child.
Yes, exactly. He points to the silence and innocence you see in a young child before all the conditioning kicks in.
The thinking, the reasoning, the language, all the things society teaches us.
Right. That process, he suggests, gradually disconnects us from that innate, quiet place within.
But it's still there.
Always. He says something really hopeful, that when you first truly experience meditation, it feels familiar.
Like remembering, not learning.
Exactly. He uses this metaphor. The diamond is lost in piles of rubbish. It is yours. It's your true nature just covered up.
Wow. So we're born meditators, but we learn the ways of the mind.
That's his perspective. Our true nature remains kind of like an undercurrent.
He also makes that interesting, slightly unexpected link to early childhood, doesn't he?
Ah, yes. The child's search for the mother's breast for food, but also for love, and how those get tangled up.
And how maybe if love is lacking, food becomes a substitute.
He touches on that briefly, yeah. How those very early drives can get intertwined and influence later patterns, like maybe overeating. It's a quick psychological aside, really.
But the main path, the inward journey he's talking about, is this search for the inner sky.
Yes, that's the ultimate direction, a
Mhm.
path towards something timeless, something beyond the temporary mind, towards, as he puts it, immortality.
Okay, so that's the what. What about the how? He gives a technique for starting, right? For finding this amidst the noise.
He does. A very practical one from day one of the workout,
Mm-hmm.
drawn from an ancient text called the Book of Secrets. He calls it everyday awareness.
Everyday awareness. Sounds simple enough.
It is, deceptively so.
Yeah.
The core idea is just to do your normal, everyday activities with awareness instead of on autopilot.
Right.
Like just moving your hand. He gives that example. First, just move it normally, probably without thinking.
Okay, pause, done.
Now, try moving it again, but this time, be fully alert.
Hmm.
Feel the movement from the inside. Be aware that your hand is moving.
Okay, but doing it now, it feels different, more deliberate.
Right. Now, let's try with an object. Pick up something nearby, like your phone or a cup. First, just do it mechanically how you normally would.
All right, picked up my mug, put it down. Didn't think much.
Okay. Now, before you pick it up again, bring your awareness into your hand. Feel it from the inside. Notice any tension maybe in your fingers or wrist.
Yeah, actually. A little bit, huh?
Try to let that tension go. Just relax the hand. Now, really slowly, reach for the mug again. Stay totally focused on your hand. Feel the sensation as your fingers touch the surface, the texture, the temperature, the weight as you lift it.
Wow, okay. Yeah. I'm noticing the smoothness, the curve of the handle, things I absolutely don't normally notice. It's like my hand is more alive.
And then put it down again, keeping that same quality of attention through the whole movement.
Done. That felt completely different, much more present.
See? That's the shift. The quality of the action changes immediately, just by bringing awareness to it.
And he suggests applying this to other things, like eating.
Exactly. Chew your food with awareness. Really taste it. He says you'll not only enjoy it more, but your body will also tell you more clearly when it's had enough.
That makes sense. You're paying attention instead of just shoveling it in while distracted.
Right. And the beauty is, you don't need extra time for this. You weave it into what you're already doing.
So just experiment. Walking, washing dishes, opening a door.
Any ordinary thing you usually do without thinking, do it with awareness. Meditate, as he says, in a relaxed and playful way.
Relaxed and playful. I like that. It takes the pressure off.
It's about reclaiming that awareness in the small moments.
And connecting back to the bigger picture, there's that quote from day one as well.
Ah, yes, the one about knowing.
When mind knows, we call it knowledge. When heart knows, we call it love. And when being knows, we call it meditation.
It sums it up beautifully, doesn't it? Meditation as a knowing that goes deeper than the intellect or even emotion. It's knowing from your core.
So wrapping up this first dive into Osho, what's the main takeaway for you, for our listener?
I think the key thing is that meditation, in this view, isn't some Herculean effort. It's not about forcing the mind into submission. It's more about remembering, rediscovering something already within you, that natural state of awareness, and that everyday awareness practice. It's a really simple, practical first step anyone can take.
That feels very accessible, which leaves me with a question, maybe for you listening. If Osho's right that we're born meditators, what parts of that childhood wonder, that presence, could you maybe reconnect with just by bringing a little more awareness to your day?
That's a great question to sit with. And maybe just try it out, Try that awareness technique this week, picking up your keys, drinking your coffee. Just see what happens.
Notice the subtle shifts. It could be a surprising way to find little moments of quiet in a busy life.
Definitely. And just as a little heads up, we'll be digging into more of Osho's ideas in future deep dives, things like his takes on love, anger, the mind itself, building on this foundation.
Looking forward to that.
We hope this first look has given you some food for thought, maybe a new perspective on that inner chatter.
Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive into Osho and meditation. Until next time.